Yeah, beautiful. Well, we've started a live video on Instagram on craftsight. Well, here we are. It's the COVID break freedom sessions
Awesome.
With Phil, Chris, and Jess. Welcome, Jess, as our special guest,
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yay, Jess.
and welcome to everyone on Instagram. Do suggest headphones is best, and I'll put that out to them. And we were just having a great chat about our topic today. Phil, what is our topic?
Our topic today, Chris, thank you for asking, is inner wisdom. We did integrity last week, but the inner wisdom brings us around to the element of water. And we are entering the winter time, which is also the element of water. And like Jess was saying before, like we don't have anywhere to go and we can't run away from ourselves. We are all with ourselves all the time, but not a lot of distractions. So we are right now learning so much about ourselves, and the key is to love all of it and don't get frustrated.
Don't you keep going. I have a surprise visit for the painting I'm working on. You guys keep going. I'm listening. I'm just going to mute myself for a moment. You guys keep going. I apologize.
No worries.
Yeah, for sure.
The and we have this time to go inside and look at our response mechanisms and our how we're relating to internally and external environment, and it's a lot. It's been a lot. I got to say, I've looked and had to look at a lot of my shadow aspects, right? And we talk about in traditional medicine, this virtue of inner wisdom is related to the kidney system, which is the root of all yin and yang, according to TCM philosophy. So the root of yin and the root of yang.
And that's TCM is traditional Chinese medicine, right?
Traditional Chinese medicine, exactly.
Yeah.
So that brings into the water element, but the sense that's related to the kidney is the ear, right? And what is the ear used for? The ear is used for listening, and we usually listen externally. But I think the most important thing we want to bring in today is listening to ourselves internally. Right, we listen to our core values, our root. The root of ourselves is based in these systems. This system specifically, and we look at the kidney related to the skeletal system, which is all your marrow. So you've got all those stem cells, so the potential for new growth. They can become whatever they need to be, and it's also related to the brain, which is the sea of marrow in Chinese medicine, and the central nervous system. So it's a really, really key core component of ourselves, and how they laid it out between virtue and emotion. So the emotion is fear, and there's a lot of fear message. The message is fear in the mainstream media, and I say that it's like you got to pick and choose, right? You got to know who you are to be able to listen in and see through all of the noise that's out there. The information is there, but it's about seeing past it, seeing through it. So inner wisdom, knowing ourselves, will change and shift how we perceive all of that information out there.
Yeah, how we process it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess some people can be more wise than others. Sometimes people say kids are wise,
Kids are wise,
or they have an old soul, I'd like to talk about that when Jess comes back. But why don't we do our first song?
Sure, man. So one of the things you were saying was, if we can imagine it, we can manifest it.
Yes.
This is a tribute. We'll probably get in trouble for this from someone, but hey, whatever. I'm imagining freedom. We're just spreading love. So whoever's listening to this, just stop what you're doing, okay? It's just child play.
Yeah, and you don't even have to be here. Just by us doing this song, it's going to send out a vibration to everyone.
That's it.
Right? And everyone.
say I'm a dreamer.
Yes, I am.
But I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Back
that
jazz.
hits right here, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Sonia's on Instagram, who I know, the Buddhist princess, and thanks, Sonia. She got truth chills on that one, and so did I. About halfway through, so thanks for that. And welcome. Now we're talking about wisdom. What I wanted to bring up was that if you think about kids, my daughter who's 3, she has some wisdom, but not too much. We sort of build up wisdom over time, like you're saying, is wisdom is a filter to our learning and what happens to us, and then we build it up as wisdom, or what we know as knowledge and experience, and then we sort of filter everything we receive that way. Because she has no idea about the COVID. She just needs to know if she's going to have popcorn, chips, or chocolate, or a popsicle today. That's where she's at, right? But yeah, it's interesting how we interpret things based on our wisdom.
And thank you so much for that song, Phil. And I apologize for the interruption, but I feel like I got the message through your song, and for where your 3-year-old daughter is, Chris, that the words that we should be together as one is all your daughter is concerned about. She bases all of her days and hours and moments on the oneness that you provide in your family, in the home. We're very preoccupied with all of the other things, and it's hard for us to focus on that together as one message. And it's easy for us to get lost inside of ourselves. I know that self-care has been at the top of my list to help me ground, stay focused, stay healthy, and then, of course, stay consciously connected to those like my grandmother, who's 92 years old, who I wave to from the window every day, because we need the connection. We need to keep the connection.
Yeah, and there's that great line in the song is, what if there were no countries, right?
Right, borders. What if there were no borders and lines and segregation and prejudice and all of this, which is, it feels like it's been developed out of fear, right? Not really true wisdom. But then we look at the continents on Earth, and were they all one continent at one time, and then they split. They split. And at some other point they're going to meet up again. So what's happening here? Like, are we just in line with what's going on, or is just going on, and it is what it is. That kind of foundation, right? Like, we can fucking I'm swearing a lot today, but we can fucking, if we can make it up as we go along.
Yeah.
All we need to do is imagine it and then just follow through.
Yep.
Step 1, imagine. Step 2, just follow through.
Yeah. Yeah, true. I know that my wisdom's taken me off track a bit with some of the messaging and stuff that's been coming out, and people are trying to find the best path and understanding for themselves. But yeah, it can be misplaced wisdom, takes you in the wrong direction.
Yeah, the surprise. Okay, so talking about the surprise that you got from, what was it, YouTube the other day or a little while ago? The notice. Yeah, we got a content notice. But then there's a sort of like the first rise is like, fight the power, right? Fuck you guys for what is this? This is YouTube. And Chris, you said the royalties are paid. We're not people aren't paying for this show or to watch the show. Like, just let us play some songs. What the fuck was that all about?
Yeah, it was a content. It was a content dispute.
Pretty fucking
we played a song, Hallelujah, that has a certain restriction on YouTube. They actually had to go in and make a special restriction. I mean, the thing about it is that if we play that song, they could make revenue off of YouTube's monetization of it in their base system.
Yeah.
So you just run up to things, and that's the thing, is by creating those walls and those boundaries, then it actually sort of cordons us off from all of us being together as one,
Mm-hmm.
imagining what's possible. I liked your thoughts of imagine first. I wonder, Jess, when you're doing your art, how does imagine happen for you when you're doing a piece of art?
Thank you for asking. I have been given, as we all have, a gift to communicate instinctively within ourselves. And I think that when you let go, and I know it, we say that all the time, but like really letting it go, I do so many things inside of the process. I'm connecting with the person I might be making the art for. I'm trying to stop, breathe, taste, smell, feel, and then I'm trying to not think, like almost. But I think it's a switch that sort of clicks for me when I step in with the, I want to really fucking create right now and let it all go and not give a shit. And when I care more, and I care, but when I care more, or when I'm, I guess when my, like I can be a really frustrated person inside. And so if I can let some of that go, I usually create even better. And so I have to do things in order to get there sometimes. And Phil knows me really well. And I listen to a lot of positive affirmation. I walk around a lot. I move, I stretch, I breathe. I call my mom, like I do things in order to get there. I take an extra long shower, or I sleep for an extra hour, and I really try to pay attention to me so that I can be better for you and for my artwork, which is for you. And I think about that person. I think about scenarios. I've heard stories of why I'm making the artwork. So, I mean, a lot of this happens unconsciously, and a lot of it happens consciously.
Yeah.
I think it's a mixture.
Yeah, doing that, imagine. The thing that came through to me, for me, when you were talking about it, in some ways, your wisdom or your past learning is perhaps holding you back a little bit for you to then create this place where you can be creative. But the word that came up for me actually was the word freedom. You find a pace of freedom to release yourself, which is what is the name of our show. you do freedom. You find freedom from everything to then focus on that one thing, or the multiple things around it, and then create freely, right?
I mean, I am the freest person I know. I am free inside of that. And we're free. We really are. And I want to share that with the world and inspire.
I love that. I love that about you, Jess. Is your passion and commitment to inspiring others, like through your inspiration and sharing through your work. That's the essence of what this is about.
Yeah, it's fulfilling. It fulfills me. It takes me on a journey, and I don't know where I'm going. And it could be so exciting. And sometimes when I'm doing like hands, for example, in my world, and if you speak to any other painter, drawer, whatever, I'm telling you, hands are the hardest things. It's like a known thing to draw or paint. Look at that. We all have one. Look at this hand.
Well, two,
yeah. And so I have a lot of moments of frustration and doubt and self, criticism, because I can't draw or paint a freaking hand. You gotta slow things down. You gotta relearn. You gotta be patient. Oh my God, Phil, you and I, how many conversations about patience. Like, I want to rip it open. I want to blast through the wall. I'm not gonna do this.
And I was thinking that thank you for that. Those memories. We also talk about that all the time. The patience, the drive. That once the creative spark goes, I know in my own personal life, if I force it, I fucking run it over.
Yeah.
I run it over and I smash it to pieces.
Yeah.
So like the inner wisdom to go with the flow as it shows itself.
Yeah.
Wow, that is that is a gift and it's a talent and it's like, yeah.
And then that's the major part about healing with anything and about learning anything, is that you actually have to go through it.
Yes.
Why can't I just go around? Why can't I just turn the corner and it's there? Like, I'll just walk over there and it's going to be there. No. You've got to go through it. And I've got to go through relearning all the time, something that I really don't like to do, but I've got to do it. And then I'm really accomplished after. I'm like, holy shit, that was a miracle. I made it.
How many times do you have to go through it?
I hope not too many.
I think there's levels. I think you level up each time.
You know, yeah, and you do.
And the leveling up, because the outcome or what unfolds after like the next level of hardship, or I'm not going to say hardship, next level of the adventure. It's like magnificent how it unfolds, because how it unfolds, that's what we've been training for, to be patient for how it unfolds, because we know how we fucked it up in the past.
Yeah.
we don't want to do that
Slow
again.
it down.
Go
through it.
down.
Step by step. You can't lose.
Yeah.
You're always going to win. So it's a win if you go through it.
Yeah.
Well, there's some great wisdom that was just shared on the Wisdom Freedom Sessions from COVID.
Nice.
COVID Break Freedom Sessions. That's amazing.
Amazing.
So Phil, you're going to take us now through another a song meditation, are you?
I am, but first I want to play. This is going to be on my phone, so it's going to sound a little raw. But my youngest son and I, we've been at his studio in his house, and we've been recording. And I was very, very, very excited. I asked him the other day if he wanted to produce one of my songs. He's like, yeah. I'm like, for sure, really? And he was like, yeah, let's do it. So this is like a little preview.
We are already free. You mean the world to me. I hope that you can see my wishes. You are free in all the things you can be. Can you spread your wings and fly? The haters will pass you by, and you'll be as you'll be, flying and be free. Oh, let it be. You are already free.
Yeah, wow. Guitar. There's
But
electric
you
guitar
don't
in
know
there.
it yet.
Amazing. Yeah,
How
one of
could
my
you
favorite songs.
forget?
And today, live on the show, we have Phil Jacobs off his North American tour, performing live.
Performing live. So yeah, this is the song, right? And this got me through. I wrote this, and I'm gonna be like real candid here. I wrote this when I was in Cam H. I was in the mood and anxiety unit, and I wasn't allowed to leave without a whatever that is.
An escort, probably.
An escort or an assistant or somebody to. So this is a song I wrote to myself. Right, my spirit said, "Hey, let's just sing a song to ourselves, and we know music, we understand how it works. Let's write a song. This song will get us through."
Beautiful.
So this is the first one I wrote.
You mean the world to me. I hope that you can see my wishes. You are free in all the things you can be. Can you spread your wings and fly? The haters will pass you by, and you'll be as you'll be, flying and being free. Oh, let it be. You are already free, but you don't know it yet. Sometimes we forget who we really are. Some take their lives away, only to ease the pain that they can rid themselves in this lifetime. Only we can save the helpless with the brave. Onwards we will go, greater we will grow, so let it be. We are already free, but we don't know it yet. Sometimes we forget who we really are. Ooh, ah, oh, ah, oh, hey, ah. Let it be. You are already free, but we don't know it yet. Sometimes we forget who we really are, but we don't know it yet. Sometimes we forget who we really are.
Oh, beautiful. What a reset that song must have been for you.
Oh my goodness, it's like, it was so grounding, because every time I would start thinking, I would just play the song.
Okay.
And it's like, if I start thinking, that's where I lose that's where I lose my shit. And then when I could talk to the doctors like just they're going to talk to the frazzled parts, right? They're not going to talk to who I truly am. So I just kept reminding myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It helped you to center yourself.
Oh yeah, and then the people that were in there, I think there was like 12 other people in there. They started singing that song along with me, and the seriously, the emotional.
Oh my God!
The emotional release that happened for them, they would sing the chorus and then just tears.
Yeah.
Just crying, right? And I just like continue the song, but yeah, very, very. What an experience! Holy.
So what did you mean by it was your first song you wrote? Is your first song you wrote ever?
No, my first song that I wrote so I planned to write a new album, and didn't have the time because I was too busy.
Yeah.
and then circumstances. I laugh at it now, but it was pretty awful. But now that I'm through it, I'm just like, oh my goodness, I want to write an album. So the universe speaks in like amazing ways, right? And I end up in KMH. Right, and I can't leave. My friends have basically told the hospital just to keep me for a week, because I couldn't take care of myself. So I'm just like, oh. So then it came to me in there. Start creating ground in, and that's where that came from.
Well, beautiful. And so, how many songs did you do there?
I did through the whole treatment process, I think maybe like 10 or 12 songs.
Amazing.
Yeah, and then through when Jess and I were like collaborating a lot, I think I wrote two songs at your studio too, right?
Definitely think you wrote a few songs here, yeah.
Yeah.
And then reworked like a bunch of them, and then came up with like an idea like that I could go, hey, Aiden, let's produce the song.
Yeah, that's great. It's like the KMH sessions, right?
It is. So I can't wait for you guys to hear the track, man. We're gonna mix this. We're gonna mix this on Friday, like properly, and then master it, and then I'm gonna create a group. And part of the solstice is gonna be like releasing that. Holy shit!
Awesome.
Yeah, beautiful. Well done.
Wow.
Well done. Well, I'll support you in that the way I can. I'll be sharing it around.
Awesome. Yeah. So I'm excited.
So thanks so much. Thanks so much for that today and all of the shares, Phil. And
Always.
really appreciate it. And Jess as well. I just wanted to anyone who ever sees this or just people around the world today, the three of us want to extend the love and fire energy in our hearts and souls to you, so you can express love, calm, focus, and delight the rest of your day and week until next Thursday, when we return with a COVID break freedom sessions talking about compassion with Tracy Chilati. So thanks everyone, and we'll see you out there, and be well until next week. Thanks again.
Thanks, Chris and Phil.
You're welcome. Thank you.